You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. When you know you're blessed, I swear I think it gives you such a height of awareness that all your senses are live and vibrant. The world looks brighter. Things look more aligned. Because at this very moment, I can tell you guys, I know that I am sitting in such a incredible position as a human being in this place and time. So I am literally a week away from the LouddMouth Comedy Festival happening for the love of comedy in Temecula, California, in the Valley, in the wine country here. And I can only tell you guys, it's 6 days and multitudes of comedians that are amazing individuals. We're building relationships with small businesses and organizations who are stepping up as sponsors, vendors, promotional media partners. And when you see the synergy, there's this energy field that just seems to be present and you can feel it. And if only you've ever had something of that type of aspect or experience, can you understand totally the moment of what I'm speaking of. But when I tell you guys, it gives you such a reference point of knowing and understanding that there's power in numbers, and that when you're in the walk of desire and you have things that you're working towards, it's easy to consume thoughts or aspects of desire of what you want to see happen. But to bring it into fruition is another thing, right? It takes a magnitude of energy and effort to produce things. It takes a lot of impactful, intentional movements to bring other people involved and for them to sign off or sign on or to walk with you in something that you know is your vision. And so there's this thing that has to happen in the midst of it, that faith factor, one, that belief factor is the second thing that falls behind that. And then from that, you have to just act on it. So to see all of these things working itself into existence and to formatively know and understand that you're going to do something that's going to bring back some type of level of impact, is just something that's incredible. And anytime that you can do that and you can have people wrap around you and you guys are working together, you'll understand that there's truly power in numbers. Y'all know what time it is. It's Monday and it's time for Sonny's Money Motivation. Let's go. Welcome to LouddMouth Radio Network. My name is Sonny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of LouddMouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms.
Portals Entertainment Center is a new 13,000 square foot entertainment experience now open in Temecula. Portals creates a space where your imagination can be set free. Step into an immersive entertainment center that will take visitors into one of our many attractions, which include 2 9-hole indoor mini golf courses, an immersive laser tag arena, a designated arcade space, a food service component, party and event spaces, and a hidden 21 and over lounge. Portals aims to give each visitor a unique experience, taking them to unknown worlds and experiencing an entertainment center like no other. Open 7 days a week, located at 26469 Inez Road in Temecula, California, in between At Home and Temecula Theaters. Come check us out and step into adventure.
Here at IQ Facility Management Services, we provide commercial and residential cleaning service. We service single-family homes, multi-family homes, schools, office buildings, churches, interior and exterior areas. We give attention to detail in window cleaning, carpet, tile, flooring, or VCT flooring. We proudly service the Southern California greater area of LA and Orange County, Inland Empire, and Northern California. Contact us at 562-334-2448 for your cleaning service needs.
Sonny's LouddMouth Comedy presents For the Love of Comedy Spring Festival, April 1st through the 6th, right here in the heart of Temecula, California. This is an event you're not going to want to miss. 3 venues, 6 days, LouddMouth Winery, Shooter's Bar and Grill, Evolution Brew Works, all in the heart of Temecula. We have an incredible lineup of comics, and guess what? We're doing comedy for a cause and standing up for autism. April's Autism Month, and our special feature comedians that's kicking off the festival, Shang, Nikki Carr, and the lineup is ridiculous. Hosted by Kevin the Marine of Comedy Davis. We got Mike Diamond, Alvin McRae, Dick Solis, Josh Cedar, Drew Edwards, Sean Williams, Josh Shakespeare, K-Dot, Raphael Soto, Regina Ivory, Keith Look Around Morris, Black Pedro, Thomas Mays, Carrie Thash, Nikki Simone, Sounds by Lady DJ Jamar Level Up Band, and more. We have an honorary award presentation and champagne toast. And guess what? Festival passes, tickets, and sponsorships will benefit Anthony's Voice, a 501c3 nonprofit organization based right here in the heart of Temecula. Get your tickets anywhere from $35 general admission all the way up to $250 on our festival passes. And guess what? We are now offering buy one, get one on all tickets and festival passes. So if you buy a ticket, you can bring a friend. Ad sponsorship, vendor opportunities are available. Go to LouddMouthComedyFestival.com. And remember, we're standing up for autism because Temecula Valley is ready to laugh. You know, guys, there was this movie back in the day that if you've seen it, you know it. But if you haven't, it's one of those that you need to look at. It has so many underlining aspects. But there was a movie called 300. It came out in 2006. Yep, it came out in 2006. And Gerard Butler, one of the dynamic actors in Hollywood, he was one of the lead roles in that film. And it's based upon 300 Spartans, right? The empire of Sparta, right? So we're talking about a fictional element conveying events that would have happened during the time period, historical time period, with Persia, right? And this gentleman was a leader, right? And he was a king that was pushing his soldiers to fight against 10 times greater than what his soldier count was. I want to say it was an army of like 200,000 or 300,000 soldiers that he was looking to battle against. And you know, this king had 300 soldiers, right? And as the element of Sparta, the whole point of it is to have the magnitude of being able to overcome something that's so much bigger and greater than you, right? And what I remember that stuck out with me the most was that it was 300 versus 300,000 folks, right? That was doing the Spartan-led Greek, battle against the Persians. And to know the heart of what those soldiers had to have, to know they were outnumbered, to know that they did not have the manpower or the backing of their kingdom to go against something that would have been absolutely preposterous to even think that they could accomplish. But the mental capacity of a king, of that leader, the king of Sparta, to build his soldiers to motivate them, to give them enough belief factor to trust to follow him, right? And to know that they knew that what they were doing there was no going back, right? They knew that by all means, it was hypocrisy to even believe, to think that you could do something of this magnitude. And of course, the people that were on the other side was like, oh yeah, we're going to slaughter them. What are you going to do? And I remember as social media started building, and now for us it's very common, but I remember the onset of Black Planet and the start of Facebook and seeing those elements of those things starting to gain traction. And the biggest thing was like, okay, my friend count or my community, building these communities. And there's been this statement that has always been kind of prevalent, and it makes me think about this film, that if you can acquire 300 people, at least 300 to follow you, then you're building a community. You're building an army. You're building an element that allows you to take off, right? And so it just makes me know that where there's willpower, where there's belief factor, and where there's commitment, there's no shortage of ability. And I know that there's powers in numbers. I know that it takes community. It takes a village, as they say, to do things. One of the things that I think I'm so proud of in the midst of this, of course, being a comic, being a comedian producer, being a media and marketing strategist in those elements, the most important thing to me that complements this is the fact that my community partner, which is a nonprofit autism organization, Anthony's Voice, is the benefactor of this, and just as much in the surplus. So we get to entertain people in the general public. We get to, as artists, we get to showcase our talents. We get to showcase our ability. We get to showcase our intellect in the form of humor. And then we have this organization who is doing a lot of work in such a very challenging aspect of a real community issue, right? And what makes it an issue is that the lack of awareness, the lack of understanding, and the lack of sometimes just the community's participation as a whole to wrap around things that is affecting its own community. So Anthony's Voice in itself is named after a young man by the name of Anthony, who is a real person that lives with autism, and he's considered nonverbal. Now, upon his diagnosis, many years ago, over 15 years ago, the numbers was 1 out of every 150 kids would be diagnosed with autism. We fast forward, we're now looking at 1 of every 20, almost 1 of our every 36 or 1 of our every 22 boys. So those numbers have gone just crazy in over a decade. And if you don't know, a lot of the things that are affecting us is our food, our environment. I mean, we're seeing so many people with sickness and cancers and illnesses and obesity in young people. And we wonder why the autism diagnosis is growing so tremendously. We're at a point now that not one person is not going to know somebody who either is in their family with autism or knows someone that has autism. And so if there's something like this in a magnitude that's overshadowing our society as a whole, we can't ignore it. We're no longer in the days and age when you'll see, Down syndrome was probably the more prevalent thing over 20 years ago, like autism is becoming now. So back in the day, if your kid or somebody you knew had Down syndrome, sometimes you would see family members that would have those family members kind of in a corner. They'd be tucked away. You really didn't see them out. They may be not as active in society. They would not be involved in things as much. And you did not know, what was going on with them as much. You just would see them sometimes in passing. And a lot of times, a lot of that was shame. A lot of that was, not taking time to figure out what to do in regards to their development. And autism has such a wide range of spectrum a wide range of on the spectrum of different individuals who are affected differently by autism, right? And it's a different type of disability. It's not the same. It doesn't look the same as someone with physical disabilities that we consider handicap in that way. It also may look different than someone who has Down syndrome, because a lot of times those who have Down syndrome, you may see something physically that alerts you to that they are living with Down syndrome. Autism, there's so many different levels of functionality with it that you can't not necessarily recognize that someone may be autistic unless they tell you. And or you're going to learn and know more about it enough to where you would be able to identify it. And the thing is, guys, is that because there's so much power in numbers, that as a community, as a society, we have the ability to overcome anything that we decide to do consciously. If the Spartans could overcome a huge army of people that was 1% of what their numbers were. They were 1% of what this army was that they were going up against. 300,000 versus 30. That reminds me back in the day. You remember when you had a bully, or you saw somebody in school and they get into it and they jump into a fight, and there's one person maybe and there's 4 or 5 people jumping on that person. How it made you feel uncomfortable? How you knew that there was just such a huge disadvantage that you were like, stop jumping on. Like it don't take all of that. It shouldn't take all of you all to handle this one person. But in reverse, let's look at this from the other aspect, that how many things are we dealing with as a society? From hunger, poverty, education, health issues, mental illness, financial disparities. It's no shortage. This is why you find nonprofit organizations, community-based things, initiatives. You find small, medium, large corporations taking steps or being involved in different things that are giving them opportunities to take part of making change. And if you're being involved in things like that, it's important that you know that you can do something and make a difference, that there is power in numbers. As soon as you make a decision, how many times have you made decisions today? Just today. You made a decision to get up. You made a decision to do the things necessary to get your day started. You probably washed your face. You probably took a shower. You probably drove your car if you had to take a trip to go to work, right? You probably decided what kind of outfit you were going to put on today. You made a decision if you were going to talk to certain people, right? So if we can make those kind of decisions on things that are day to day and basis on, just based on things that we know in front of us, that gives us the understanding of what we're dealing with, then what are we not doing as a force? So what are we not challenging ourselves to be more? What are we not doing that can give so much essence? Do you know, I'm in so many Facebook groups. People add me in them. I'm in them willingly. Some I don't even know I was put in, right? And if I was to take those numbers and accumulate them, I guarantee you it probably would exceed over 500,000 contacts, right? And in those groups, this is the thing that for me kind of makes me feel challenged about social media groups and stuff like that, because I know how I move. I know what I'm able to accomplish as a single individual. I know what I can do with maybe 5 to 10 additional people. I used to play basketball, guys. I want y'all to remember this. I play professional sports. And so I know that the likeliness of me winning is not going to happen with me being on the basketball court, me going 1 up against 5. I was that person that I could play any position. I had the court vision to pass. I had the leaping ability to outrun and jump someone at any position. I had the finesse to take the ball in and draw people to me and dish off the ball. I had the ability to play defense because I had a heart of a lion. I didn't care. I would defend anybody. There was never anybody that I would not defend or go up against. So if I can position myself in a way of understanding that there's power in numbers, that's why I'm part of a team. That's why when I sub in or sub out, I'm dapping up my teammates and I'm encouraging them to continue to keep fighting, because maybe I'm winded, maybe I'm tired, maybe I need to sit down, maybe I've drawn too many fouls and I don't want to take away from my team. So I pull
Sonny's
myself
LouddMouth Comedy presents for the Love of Comedy Spring Festival, April 1st through the 6th, right here in the heart of Temecula, California. This is an event you're not going to want to miss. 3 venues, 6 days, LouddMouth Winery, Shooter's Bar and Grill, Evolution Brew Works, all in the heart of Temecula. We have an incredible lineup of comics, and guess what? We're doing comedy for a cause and standing up for autism. April's Autism Month, and our special feature comedians that's kicking off the festival, Shane, Nikki Carr, and the lineup is ridiculous. Hosted by Kevin the Marine of Comedy Davis. We got Mike Diamond, Alvin McCrae, Dick Solis, Josh Cedar, Drew Edwards, Sean Williams, Josh Shakespeare, Kate Out, Raphael Soto, Regina Ivory, Keith Look Around Morris, Black Pedro, Thomas Mays, Carrie Thash, Nikki Simone, Sounds by Lady DJ Jamar Level Up Band, and more. We have an honorary award presentation and champagne toast. And guess what? Festival passes, tickets, and sponsorships will benefit Anthony's Voice, a 501c3 nonprofit organization based right here in the heart of Temecula.
You don't know the power of what
Get your
that
tickets
does?
anywhere from $35
ability
general
to
admission
move.
all the way up to $250 on our festival passes. And guess what? We are now offering buy one get one on all tickets and festival passes. So if you buy a ticket, you can bring a friend.
For real, 'cause, you know, I'm
As
about
sponsorship
that
vendor
conversation. I'm
opportunities
about
are
that
available,
life
go to
right now, okay?
LouddMouthComedyFestival.com.
I feel like, guys,
And
let me tell y'all
remember,
something. I feel
we're standing
like right
up for
now, even
autism
in
because
this
Temecula
position,
Valley is
sometimes
ready
I feel like
to
I'm running
laugh.
for the community mayor of whatever is in my area, what's in my immediate circumference, what is in my immediate vision, what's within my touch, what kind of a change can I evoke, what part can I play in addition to someone else in support of what they're doing. I don't have autism to my full knowledge. Sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm autistic on the spectrum or something, for real. But that does not mean that I can't evoke change. That does not mean I can't partner up. That does not mean I can't represent. That does not mean I can't support. I can't fundraise. I can't, I can. I can be and do all things through Christ that strengthens me, right? So if I can and you can, what can we all do? I feel like right now as a society, we have been really pressed upon our decisions, and we're seeing a lot of our decisions as a society unfold. And now we're left to deal with what we're dealing with. And what's happening today affects tomorrow. Our children's lives are dependent on what's happening now. And what we're doing, what we're participating in, what we're strategizing, what are we eliminating, what causation are we providing in existence in this moment in time? Like, what are we giving that is going to have the effect of tomorrow? So guys, you know what? Let's clean it up, man. Let's exchange foolishness for realness. Let's exchange laziness for conviction of work. Like let's put in action. Let's stop talking about it. Let's be about it, right? So I'm gonna wrap this up. I think I've said what I needed to say. And I just want to tell you guys that for every bit is what it's worth, I appreciate the ability to speak on these things and to give light to it. And I'm just gonna keep it 100 and keep it 300, right? Because there's power in numbers. Y'all be blessed.
Hello, my name is Takasha Smith. I'm the owner of Takasha's Kitchen, based out of Menifee in the Southern California area. As a chef and caterer, I provide private cooking classes, couples dinners, and private parties. As a female pitmaster, I am able to create a personalized experience for your family reunion gatherings. I create menus based on my clients' needs to have a more personal vibe. You can find Takasha's Kitchen on all social media networks such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my YouTube channel at Takasha's Kitchen. And that's spelled TAKASHAS Kitchen, KITCHEN.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
Here at Wonderland Learning Center, we're located at 288 East Main Street in San Jacinto. We provide a safe and secure learning environment. We are now enrolling 2 to 5-year-olds with our preschool curriculum. We offer before and after school care. Breakfast, lunch, and snacks are provided. We accept all programs. We are open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Our website is wonderlandlearningcenter.com.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
Performing comedy is like creating magic. To hear the room explode with laughter is priceless. And to produce comedy is like having a glass of Stella Rosa, the ability to have others wind down with laughter. With LouddMouth Comedy, it isn't just about me, Sonny. It's also the many hardworking comedians that are dedicated to writing and performing night after night, stage after stage, displaying their talents to the world, and we all do it for the love of comedy. Sometimes you have to remember to relax and savor the moment, one sip at a time. Cheers. Here's to 13 years of LouddMouth Comedy.